Hello, my name is Corinne Margarian, and I'm now presenting my assignment for week 3 called Picturing Language. And this is based on a short story called The Warning. So, what I had to do is to make a story by pictures so that students can understand, can read the pictures and understand the story, what is the story is about. So what I did is I used a chronological way to depict the story. So I divided the paper into 6 parts, and I put the numbers the way we read from left to right, so that children can understand the sequence. So let's start. Here, first of all, I put the title so that they know what is the story called and what is the story is about. First picture here starts with a man whose name is Ronnie and who will meet almost in all, in all pictures. And he's the main protagonist. And I tried to show Ronnie always in the same way. So he has curly hair, he has a t-shirt, he has a black belt. So what is going on in the first picture? So we see the parking lot. I tried to park the car here and put the parking lot sign. So, which is quite recognizable for students, should be quite recognizable. And here there is a guard. So the story says that Ronnie drove to the parking lot and said hello to the guard. They all look happy. I tried to also show people's face expressions to give this feeling to students how people feel, what they think, how they look like during like certain situations. So here we see happy faces, which is telling about uh, which says that Ronnie and apparently also the guard likes to work for the airplane factory. So what I also wanted to show here is the setting of the story. This is the airplane factory. This is the entrance. In all the story, I will try to uh, always make reference to this setting so that student can understand that everything happening in the story is still in the same area, inside or outside, but it's still the same. So in the second picture, here is number 2. There is Ronnie who came to his room. He enters his room and he put the keys on the desk, and he found on the desk a note. So he is very surprised here. You can see his face expressions, and also I use some bubbles where I put some talking, speaking, so not thoughts, because you can find always the same bubble. So Ronnie asks himself, "Oh, Mr. Barnes wants to see me." And here also I put the name tag for Ronnie for his room, so that students can understand that this is Ronnie's room. So what is going on next? Yes, and one more thing, that here is the window where again I show parking lot again to reference to the same setting. In the picture number 3 here, we see Ronnie again in the same outfit, and Ronnie has that note in his hand. And I show that he is going out from his room and going across the parking lot and going to the office of Mr. Barnes. So this is what story tells. I tried to picture as detailed as possible for that moment. And what I want to emphasize here again is the knot, because this is actually the one of the most important attributes of the story, around which everything is happening. So again, he has this knot. Again, we have parking lot with the signs, and the building, which is not airplane building anymore. This is the office building, which is smaller, but still it's on the other side of the parking lot, let's say. So here again, the door is open just to show that people can come to Mr. Burns. In the fourth picture, we already see Ronnie sitting on the sofa. So the story says that Ronnie came to his office and a woman invites him to sit and wait until she asks Mr. Burns if he can see Ronnie. In the story, we see also that Ronnie was very anxious. He still has this note in his hand, and on the wall there is a clock. And in the story, we see that Ronnie thought that he was waiting for so long time, but actually only 10 minutes passed. And I wanted to show, first of all, feelings of Ronnie, that he was thinking of waiting so long, and then also the sofa, how that waiting time, the clock, and also that time where this woman says already that Mr. Barnes will see you now. So this is already showing that he will be called now. So, and this is actually what is going to happen in the picture number 5. Here we see again Ronnie, again the same outfit, and we see another protagonist whose name is Mr. Barnes. So Mr. Barnes has a paper in his hand where we can read that it's written sick. So I tried to show that this is the absent days numbers which were excused and not excused for Ronnie, because in the story Mr. Barnes tells Ronnie that he was working so well for the past 6 months and for the first 6 months, but lately he started to be absent very often. And is it because he was sick? And Ronnie says that it's mainly because he was tired. And then Mr. Burns says to Ronnie that actually he won't be paid for those days, and Ronnie feels very apologetic and says that it won't happen again. So here, first of all, you can see also that Mr. Barnes has another outfit. He's more official. He has a tie, um, and again, the face expressions are a little bit concerned, let's say. But I wanted to um, make the students understand that everything is positive, even if they have these face expressions. And this positive note they can read here when Ronnie says that it won't happen again. So this is not that farewell. This is not Ronnie was not fired, but this is just an apologetic, let's say, phrase that he says to Mr. Barnes. And on the last picture, we see Mr. Barnes and Ronnie from the back. Mr. Barnes take him out of his room, and again here I used these tags exit so that students can understand that this is the way to go out. This is the long hallway, and again a window showing that parking lot, and again that hint about the setting, and to also give that feeling that everything is good, that Ronnie is not fired, that this warning was not very crucial, though it was important. I also put some bubble here where Mr. Barnes says to Ronnie that he has been working so well. So this is again just to give them a feeling of a happy end. So this is all mainly. I think it will be clear for students to understand the story, to decode the story, and hopefully it will be clear. Thank you. Bye.